Hey, fragrance friends, enthusiasts, what's going on? What's happening? What's shalakin'? Welcome to my fragrance channel where I talk about beautiful fragrances, colognes, and perfumes so you can smell great, smell amazing, and just have a good time. Today, it's Club de Nuit Intense, the Eau de Parfum. This is not the original. This is a flanker of the original, and that's what we're going to review today. Is it worth the money? This one, it cost a couple extra dollars. Is there anything different about it? Is it any good? What's this fragrance all about? Before we jump into the fragrance review today, help my channel out. I provide content for you. I'm helping you with information and education. Help this channel out a little bit, just a little bit. Subscribe, notification, all that good stuff down there. The little thumbs up, and let's jump into the fragrance review today. First off, this is a really nice fragrance. If you're not familiar with the original, this is a clone of aventus. This is it's got smokiness, which really makes this clone stand out. This one actually steps away from the modern batches that are more citrusy and have turned more into a musky fragrance DNA in recent years with the 2020 batches of aventus. But this steps back to the original batches. The when it first started around 2012, and when it went to about 2014 and 15, the aventus was all about the oak moss and the smoke and the pineapple. It wasn't really about the citruses or the musk or the ambergris as much. They took away all the ambergris in the modern aventuses. But this fragrance really brings back the smokiness and really brings back a lot of that personality. And that's what people love so much. How this fragrance is different with the intense EDP version, it makes it more smooth. It makes it more refined. It makes it more well balanced. There's not really any secret notes or any special notes that really change this fragrance. With a lot of fragrance houses, when they make flankers, they'll actually intentionally be different. Not only will they switch up the fragrance notes, but they'll put in new notes, and they'll make a fragrance sometimes that's a little bit different or even quite different from the original. This flanker here is very similar to the original, and it's not much different, honestly. Some people say it's no different at all. There are differences. This one is not as smoky as the original Club de Nuit Intense, and it's a little bit more smoothed over. In the opening, I do think the opening is a little bit fruitier, and there is citrus, but it's not as lemony, and it's a lot less harsh. Some people like that harshness because it really brings performance. The original Club de Nuit Intense, man, jumps off the skin. It leaps off the skin, and it's a beast of a fragrance pretty much for the first couple hours. This one really tones down that harsh opening, and the whole fragrance is really smoothed over, refined, a little bit more wearable for some people, a little bit more likable. But again, for some people, they're going to like that abrasive, confident nature of the original. So I've already seen where this has got some lukewarm reception. We'll talk about the compliment factor, my final thoughts with how people feel about this fragrance, later into the fragrance review. But there are some people who are going to like the refinement of this fragrance and how it is a little bit more smooth and maybe a little bit more rich. But again, this costs a little bit extra money, and for some people, they want that performance. And why would you pay for a fragrance that doesn't project as much, especially when it's more expensive? So that makes absolutely no sense to a lot of people out there, and I definitely see that point of view. For me personally, I like that this is much more wearable in the opening. I did not enjoy the harshness, and some people might say the synthetic opening of the original Club de Nuit Intense Man. This one, the Intense Parfum, I enjoy the opening a lot more. It's a lot more easier to wear. It's a lot more enjoyable for me overall. So I actually prefer this one. I'm going to say it straight off the bat. I prefer this one, and I would actually recommend it. If you didn't notice, this is a big bottle. It's as big as my head. It's a big boy. That's a big boy. If you're familiar with the TikTok scene. Anyways, it's a 150 ml. This is a big boy. But it's worth it. You can find really good values on these, and sometimes these actually go on sale. So we'll talk about the price later on. But even though these are you can find these for $50, $60 on sale, if you do get the 150 ml, it's kind of about the same price as the original. So I don't. Sometimes there's not as much of a price difference as you would think. Anyways, let's jump into the fragrance review with the performance. What kind of performance are we getting here? Y'all want to know the performance. That's probably the biggest aspect, especially for people who are getting into Club de Nuit Intense. And one of the reasons why you love a lot of people love Club de Nuit Intense so much is because you truly get that 8 hours of performance or better, like aventus, and it gives you really good performance. It really outshines or outperforms most of the aventus clones out there, and it was such a good value and is such a good value. That's one of the reasons you love it so much. So is this flanker, is it just as good, if not better? I'd say it's just about the same. It actually doesn't perform any better. And for some people, when it's called a Parfum Intense version, you are expecting a stronger concentration, and that is a letdown. So for some people, that's definitely going to take away from this fragrance. Does it give you an extra hour or two? No, it's just more refined. I really wish I could say it gave you better, stronger performance, but it's about the same. But it does have a richer feel to the fragrance, which I do think is a positive, but does it actually last longer or project stronger? Not really. And if you want that really explosive projection, the original really does project stronger in the opening, but this one does hold on to the performance a little bit better in the dry down. So I'm going to say the performance is about equal with the two fragrances. Compliment factor wise, this fragrance is still a winner. It's still a really good fragrance. Y'all know that aventus is still a really likable fragrance. It still gets attention. It still works. This one's a little bit more fruity, a little bit more smooth and refined. This one has gotten me better attention than Club de Nuit Intense Man ever did, for me personally. But it all depends on your personality. It depends on how rugged you are. And if you like the original, it's a little bit more rugged. It's a little bit more bombastic. You could wear it to a party or a club. It almost could come off like with Spice Bomb, the original Spice Bomb, for somebody. Again, nothing wrong with being confident or even arrogant if you can pull it off. So it definitely can come off with that type of personality. This one is it's not really a luxurious, fancy office fragrance or somebody in a suit or a tie or anything like that. But I think it is a little bit more of a refined fragrance, which to me, I like refinement and classiness. And it's something I generally like in fragrances. So that's a plus with this one. What else do I think with this fragrance, or what else should I say about it? Not really much else to say. The compliment factor, it can work for you. It's not the biggest compliment getter, but it's pretty dependable, and it's a fragrance that just works. The aventus DNA just works. I think this is much better than 2020 batches going forward, 2021 batches of aventus. This is much better. I would highly recommend you get this over that, especially for the value for the money. Again, the prices are coming down on this. You can get yourself, like me, I bought this one, a 150 ml bottle. This will last me forever. And the performance is great. It gives me almost everything I want for 50 bucks for a big bottle, a big 150 ml bottle. I think that was a 6.7 ounce bottle. That's outrageous. That's value. In my opinion, it's still a really good deal. So pick your poison, pick which one ever you want. Both the Club de Nuit Intense, the original, is great, and I think this one's great as well. Both of them are great in their own respects, and they both work. So I'm sorry that I made this so much of a comparison video, almost a battle between the two, but I think some of y'all are so familiar with the original that giving y'all a reference point and comparing and contrasting this one with the original is probably what you wanted and what I would want out of a fragrance review, especially when a fragrance is a flanker. You kind of almost have to do that with a flanker fragrance anyways. So anyways, beautiful fragrance here. I do recommend you try this fragrance and get your hands on it, give it a smell, see if it works for you. And again, it is smoky, but it's not as aggressive or as abrasive. The lemon isn't as synthetic in the opening, and I just find this one a lot more enjoyable overall. Fantastic fragrance. Armaf, you did it again. Armaf has some real winners. Check out some of they have Al Haramain as well. Has some beautiful fragrances, and I like that their cap snaps into place. Not every fragrance house is doing that. That's a big plus too. Overall, winner of a fragrance. Recommended here at the Centaur Fragrance channel. Check it out. Let me know what you think about it. In the comment sections below, let me know how this fragrance sounded. Do you prefer better performance and a cheaper price? Or I guess I should say projection in the opening. Or do you prefer a fragrance that's a little bit richer and smoother, and the performance really holds on a little bit better in the dry down, and maybe you have to pay a little bit extra? What do you prefer? Do you like the original, or do you like the Parfum Intense, which is this one? Then this video is all about. Which one do you prefer? Let me know in the comment section below, and while you're at it, please like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, share the video, and tell a friend, because I provided beautiful content for you. Help me out a little bit. Give back a little bit. Show a little bit of love. I'll see you in the next fragrance review, everybody. Have a beautiful day. Stay safe. Stay beautiful. Smell great and smell amazing, my friends. I hope that I help you find the beautiful fragrances that you love. That's what this channel is all about. Wear what you love. Find the fragrances that you love and rock them. Anyways, have a beautiful day, everybody. I'll see you in the next fragrance review. Have a beautiful day. Peace out and bye.